And good evening. Hello, dear friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and I'm here with you for this week's Cosmic Connections. And basically, we are coming up to a new moon next week. We're going to also talk a little bit about the star point, the Venus star point that's taking place on Tuesday. And of course, we're going to be talking about the present moment, which we're in the last quarter square of the Taurus cycle, which began all the way in May 7th. So, welcome to the Cosmic Connections. What we do, we take a look at the aspects for the week and also do some spiritual messages. And this might be the more low-key phase of our Taurus cycle because we're heading towards the new moon. And it's generally the time of the month when we're trying to hurry up and finish up, hurry up and finish up, consciously or unconsciously, something we started 3 weeks ago. We had our full phase last week. Hopefully, we got some illumination, some inspiration. And now going forward, we're trying to complete things and ready ourselves for a clean slate, a reboot in the sign of Gemini. And hello, Jeannie and Sherry and Shirley. Good evening, Paula. Thank you for being here. And hi, Jill. Good evening. I know you're having a wonderful event. Please do share about Haha, Jill. Unfortunately, I won't be here this year, but if there's a link, please share it in the chats. Let people know about what's happening with Haha, right? Hi, Mary. Hi, Rosalind. The Taurus. Rosalind the Taurus. Love it. Hi, Heather. Again, this is your completing phase of the Taurus new moon as we ready ourselves for next week and the new moon in Gemini. So, apart from all the usual, I don't know, political celebrity news that can be exhausting at times, one of the big stories, of course, in the past week has been the weather. And if you had an opportunity to attend the CIA, Cosmic Intelligence Agency class I did on Jupiter in Gemini, you might recall that I talked about going backwards. And I believe that that video is still accessible, by the way, for those of you who are members of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. I would recommend that you join. Um, but one of the things I found in the research is that every time Jupiter is in Gemini, we tend to veer um, in terms of storms and tornadoes, particularly. I can't speak for the entire world. I was just doing the research with the US data, but bigger than normal tornadoes and hurricanes. That's every 12 years. And this year certainly has been one to date in the past month of horrific storms across the continent. And Jupiter is in Gemini. So Jupiter means big, right? And Gemini is an air sign, the first air sign, big air. So that's something to consider. Sherry, Jeanette, welcome. Hi, Lucas. Hello, Nancy and Kristen. Hello. And Janet and Trina. Hi, thanks for being here. And yes, we will be doing messages. So you're welcome to say you would like to get a message. I'll be doing that in about 15 minutes or so. Good evening, Kathleen. Hi, thanks for being here. So let's pull in the slides here. And oh my, I didn't realize they would be so small. Let's see if I can make them bigger. New layout. No. Let's see. Let's remove. Add to stage. Remove. Let's go backwards. When in doubt, do not get rattled when you're doing something live. I'm getting rattled. Camera grid adapts automatically. Oh, no, we don't want that. Darn it. Let's see. Let's see if I can go back. Add to stage. I'm going to that's the stage. Make that bigger. Okay. I don't think you can see me. I don't know. Exit full screen. I'm using a computer that I don't. Oh man. I'm being All right. Of course. Undo. All right, there's an undo sign. Let's see if I can undo it. Undo. Go back. It won't let me do that. Undo dynamic media camera slot. That's pretty funky. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll just do this. I'll just talk to you. So I'm going to talk about the charts, and we're in the last quarter phase. I might not be able to put anything up, but let me just refer to my ephemeris. So starting tomorrow on the 30th at 1:13 p.m., we have the fourth quarter square. So when you look outside and see the relationship with the moon and the sun, it's a half moon. And that quarter cycle between now and the 7th of June is a time, like I said, to complete things, right? So we want to complete things. And as we complete, we're able to get our, hi, John, glad to see you. Hi, Elizabeth and Jerry. So as you're completing things, go back to approximately May 7th when consciously or unconsciously you really wanted to something new. And the aspects we want to focus in on 9 degrees of Pisces, 9 degrees of Pisces. And that Sabian symbol is a man walking a narrow path towards enlightenment. So that conjures up an idea that, the path to nirvana or enlightenment or to God is a narrow one. And so you want to see where Pisces falls in your chart to determine how you are walking the straight and narrow in your life, one of integrity, one of honesty. So that's one interpretation of the energy from tomorrow until the 7th of June. All right. So that's one thing to consider. Um, I'm going to remove that and see if that removes. Okay. I'm not sure what you're seeing, friends, but thank you for bearing with my ineptitude here. Um, so, but there is an event, and I want to propel you to consider looking at the offerings of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, because the mother of the CIA, Julia Simons, is an absolute expert in the Venus star point. But I'm just going to make a passing reference to this beautiful, wonderful phenomena. For those of you who don't know, all of our planets have these beautiful orbits. And Venus, which represents beauty, has this amazing orbit. As this big hunk of rock called Venus, is transiting and orbiting the sun, she makes a 5-pointed star, all right, between the retrogrades. And this is over a course of a couple of years. Now, on Tuesday next week, I will draw your attention to this, dear friends. We are going to have the sun and Venus exactly together in the sky. It's called the Venus star point, and it will be at 14 degrees of Gemini. And 14 degrees of Gemini translates to the Sabian symbol of two Dutch children exchanging knowledge, like talking in a different language, exchanging knowledge. And on that day, next Tuesday, we have a conjunction of Mercury, which of course is communication, Jupiter, which means big, big communication, and Sedna's in the mix as well. And as I referenced during the Jupiter and Gemini class purchased through the CIA, Sedna is now in Gemini. Sedna is the mythological female figure of autonomy and sovereignty. She was the daughter of the king who refused to get married, even to her detriment, even to her death. She was literally, in some versions of the story, she was dashed over the canoe in the icy waters of the Arctic by her father. In other versions, a raven came and plucked her up. But in any case, she represents the strength of the feminine force to resist being told what to do, among other things, right? So Sedna is in alignment this year with Jupiter and with the new moon, etc. Now, Sedna was discovered in 2003. I'm acknowledging a wonderful astrologer, Alan Clay, who's with the CIA. And Sedna, when it was discovered in 2003, that was the timing so many years ago when the scientists and the IT specialists were discovering the neural pathways of AI. You could make an argument that 2004 is the year when we're integrating and the AI phenomena that really, I don't know if you noticed this in the past week or so, since the full moon last week. Even when you do a Google search, things light up in red because Mr. and Mrs. AI is telling you how to search for things, right? So it's here. It's here. It's the integration of artificial intelligence in our day-to-day reality, which of course is Gemini, right? Gemini is day-to-day integration of tools, whether they be computers or phones or cars. And yes, now in 2024, it's AI. So I'm bringing this to your attention with the Venus star point because this is the time on Tuesday next week where you find 14 degrees of Gemini in your chart. You may discover a special gift or a special offering or opportunity involving Venusian ideology. Remember what Venus represents. She's love or money. And she's in Gemini, which is communication. And the Sabian symbol of this degree is two Dutch children speaking and sharing knowledge with each other, kind of like their own private language. So just be aware, it's a beautiful day, especially for the Gemini parts of your chart. And in fact, we'll do a rendering of what that might mean for us all for this upcoming week. All right, so we're going to do that. Um, so I'm going to flip to that where it falls in your charts. And let's see, it's March, April. Yeah, I'm not going to use this computer next week because it's a little rickety. Right? It's a Gemini time, my integrating my tools. Hi, LJ. Hi, Judy. Hi, Melissa. Hi, thank you for being here. And Janet and Kim and Cindy and Jennifer from Buffalo. Hi, Diane. Hi, Kathy from Florida. Hi, Faso. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Leslie. Kim from Columbia, South Carolina. You lovely person, you. Yes, John and Leslie. And oh, thank you, Sherry. Yeah, my little star shirt. Thank you. It's an all-weather shirt, right? I can wear it any time of year. Hi, Julie. Hi, Melissa. So, dear friends, this is where this Venus star point is falling. Again, that's focused on next week, Tuesday. If you are Aries, the Venus star point is granting a gift in your everyday reality or in your communication or your relationship with time, because the third house is often time based. If you're Taurus, this is a great time next week with both the new moon and the Venus star point, Taurus, to look at your finances, to look at your income, to look at ways you can um, supplement your income by taking a hobby and turning it into an income stream, for example, or to perhaps ask for a raise, do something to expand your financial capacities. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, this Venus star point, wow, it's all about you. This is going to be a Gemini year. Yes, indeed. And the peaking is next week. Good fortune for the Geminis. Step into your charisma, step into your wisdom, step into your confidence, Gemini. With the Cancer folks, you may be wanting to do a little bit more reflection, more retreat, more, I don't know, meditation, getting away from it all because it's activating that part of your chart. For the Leos or Leo risings, this particular star point is activating your friendship groups. Who is your tribe? Who are your peeps? You'll be able to activate that and discover that more with greater clarity next week for the Leos. For the Virgos, it's about your career. Where's your standing out there? How are you contributing to the greater good? Your leadership capacities. You might be looking at new ways to become more of a leader in the community, not necessarily a job, either or, job or community. For our Libra or Libra rises, it's all about marketing your message or perhaps marketing your ideas or perhaps literally traveling. It's a great week for the Libras to think in terms of optimistic messaging. For Scorpio, it's a great week for you to dig deep inside of you and trust your inner generator, your generator that comes from your beliefs, your spirituality, your psychic abilities, and even your financial capacities. You become more empowered, Scorpio. For Sagittarius, it's all about your sense of partnership. You're looking at your partner with new eyes and trying to become a better partner for your partner and for yourself. For Capricorn, this Venus star point plus the new moon, which takes place on the 7th, is activating for you anything having to do with self improvement, with your health, self improvement with your diet, your exercise, your movement. For Aquarius, it's about having fun and activating what gives you pleasure, which gives you joy. That's where this Venus star point is activating. So, take out your hobbies, get your bicycle out, play ball, this type of thing, Aquarius. The Pisces, it's about your home and family. If you are dissatisfied with something about your living space, you might do a deep clean. Or if you're really dissatisfied, you might be looking at alternative places to live. So this Venus star point is ongoing. It's not one and done, but it's an entrance point for gifts that are positive. You see, the sun is enlightening and shining brightly, the conjunction to Venus. So Venus is brighter because the backdrop is the sun itself. And this is a very wonderful aspect of astrology, which I would turn your attention to. The CIA, Cosmic Intelligence Agency, has tons of material on that and webinars and articles that you might find of interest. Hey, Alicia. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Melissa, P, and Linda and Rachel. Thanks for being here. And Joni and Debbie, great to see you guys. Those of you who are part of the Lunar Lights Club, I know some of you are in the room. I'm going to be doing a Lunar Lights Club Astro Chat next week. You'll be receiving some information in your email. And if anyone's not on my email list, please sign up. I'm going to be doing an article on the Venus Star Point and some other cool things. I'll be doing that tonight because I missed talking to you vis-a-vis my email. All right, friends. One more thing, I'll be doing a class next Tuesday on Venus Star Point Day, talking about the new moon, talking about Venus Star Point. And when I do a class, it gets very personal to your chart. So I need to know your charts, and I keep the classes limited to a certain number of people so I can interact with you during the classes. So let's interact now with you for the message piece of Cosmic Connections. All you have to do is sit back, and I let my finger do the walking and find someone to give a message to. And it's all random. I do 2 messages, and let's begin. So, dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love, light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Jennifer, my thumb is standing on you. Jennifer Joan Park, would you like a message? All you have to say is yes or no. Jennifer Joan Park. Hey, John. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Janine. Nice to see you. Jennifer Joan Park. All right, my dear Jennifer, as I'm tuning into your energy, a female angel from the other side is coming through very strongly, and this feels very maternal to me. You may have looked like her, could be a mother or a grandmother, but she had beautiful high cheekbones. She always put herself well coiffed, well hairdos, and just very much a lady. And she loved to entertain. If you can identify this person, please do. She had light colored hair, light colored skin and eyes, and she was very translucent in the way she presented herself. That's probably what I was getting the word angel, because she had all this lightness of being, also in her personality. She was very encouraging of you when she was alive, and but she would also encourage your imagination, and she's still doing that. You may dream of her from time to time, and she's encouraging you to play more and to maybe even write. I don't know if you do any, um, writing per se, not nonfiction, but fictional writing or poetry or something like this. But she's giving me that message to you that you've got this fabulous imagination even as a child, and that you can bring stories alive with that imagination. That makes sense to you, Jennifer? Good. Because she's encouraging you to do this. And she's saying, don't worry about it being quote unquote like do what you love and the money will follow. Not necessarily a career, but just get things out on paper. And she's just encouraging you a lot, my dear. This summer is going to be one a little less stressful than the previous 3 summers because an issue that you've had a lot of worry about with a loved one is released a little bit. You're going to have a little bit more free time in your mind space. So you're not using that up for worry because you've learned in the past 3 summers that you can't control this particular person after all. This might be a younger person in your life. It's almost like you're letting go and letting God. And I'm going to encourage you to continue with that that attitude because it's better for you and this individual to just have hands off and have a lot of faith about uh, mentoring or showing the way for this person. That makes sense to you? Okay, good. I leave that all with a lot of blessings to you, Jennifer. Thanks for being here tonight. Okay, let's see. Let's do another little read here. Okay, and I'm with Joanne S. Vacanti. Hi, Joanne. As I'm shifting gears with you, Joanne, the first thing I'm tuning into, and I know Joanne, so I'm gonna take a little liberties here. I mean, I know you have a long time, Joanne. But I want to say that, as a fine line, friends, I am not a doctor, but sometimes I get kinesthetic or physical feelings when I'm tuning into you all. And I'm feeling, Joanne, I think it's the feet or the legs needs a little bit more need a massage. I'll massage you, Joanne. Joanne's a massage therapist. I am too. Um, I want to have something with either circulation or some achiness, and but it's from the waist down. I'm picking up. It could be a bunion. It could be something else with your foot, but there's just like some heaviness in that lower part of your body, and you know what to do, you know what you should do, and just spirit is just saying is encouraging you to get this treatment and put yourself first because you're the type of person that's always doing for others. I understand, but it's time for you to slow down and focus and get the self to either a therapist, a PT person, acupuncture, something to get the achiness out. That's number one. Number two, your father's coming in here, and he's saying that uh, he doesn't want you to fret about the chaos that occurred the month before he passed. That there was a lot of people citing their versions of what should be done to help dad. And there's a lot of contrary feelings, and sometimes you feel you should have spoken up more. It was all in good time, all in the right time. Everything occurred the way it should occur. He wants to relieve you of some guilt that you may have been feeling about that time frame, about 6 weeks before he passed. There was just a lot of second guessing is the word that comes to mind, that there was nothing that really could have changed the outcome, but there was a lot of opinions and people were opinionated and a little gnarly with each other. And but you're holding something here, and he's saying just release it, release it. He's fine, he's fabulous. And sometimes when you're in the garden or you're outside, you feel his presence in the breeze, and also late at night when you're kind of cleaning up and when the house is very quiet, you just feel his presence around. Sometimes I think you have also um, smelled, I think he smoked at some point in his life. You smell a little bit of a cigar or cigarette, and you're like, no one's smoking here, but you might pick up that scent. I leave that with many blessings to you, Joanne, and I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. So, all right. That's all I have time for tonight, dear friends, and I really appreciate you being here. I'll be back next Wednesday at 8:30, God willing, and hopefully on my better computer so I can share with you the slides. But it was great always to see all of you. And thank you, thank you. Have a great week. Put aside some time on the Venus star point. Okay, makes sense. Good. You're welcome. Very much so, Joanne. Put some time aside, dear friends, on Tuesday the 4th. Now, this is calibrated to Buffalo time. That is at 11:32 on Tuesday the 4th. The Venus star point is at 14 degrees of Gemini. Identify where 14 degrees of Gemini falls in your chart, and that's a Sabian symbol of communication. So maybe be open in a meditation or a dream that day to added communication, to you yourself receiving a blessed message from spirit, from a spirit loved one, from maybe a Gemini who's passed into spirit. I don't know, but this is an all purpose, beautiful, active gift day when Venus is illuminated by that sun. So it's a really special day. Again, check out the offerings at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency because they always have wonderful articles about this wonderful event. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next Wednesday. Many blessings.